Today I'm going to show you how to use AI to rewrite a song. For example, this Ambition for Cash. I'm going to show you how to rewrite it for Ambition for Apps. Let's have a quick listen. Let's get started. First, you have to go to this website, genius.com, and then in the search lyrics text box here, you just search for whatever song you want the original to be. So in my case, it's Ambition for Cash by Key Glock. Then we're just gonna copy all of this. Then I have a basic prompt for Chat-GPT. I have the following song lyrics. Currently the song is called Ambition for Cash. Instead, I want you to rewrite the song, and it should also replace vulgar words with similar sounding words. For example, this word here with Jigga or this word here with beach. So it sounds pretty similar. And then here's the lyrics, colon, and then just paste it in here. And this is what Chat-GPT gave us. So let's have a look at the interesting part. So instead of I got a real ambition for this cash, we now have I got a real ambition for these abs. 13 years old, dreaming about a six-pack. These crunches got my core looking savage. We're also gonna use Chat-GPT to describe the song briefly. You know the original song, Ambition for Cash. What would you describe the music style like in a couple of brief sentences? Max 180 characters. Now that we have the lyrics and the description of the music style, we can use different tools now to generate the songs with AI. The first tool we're gonna use is musichero.ai. You can sign up for free, and once you're logged in, you'll be on the /app URL and then press here on custom so that we can input our custom lyrics. It goes up to 3000 characters. So in our case, we can just copy and paste our new lyrics, and then in the text box below it, we put in our music description that Chat-GPT also generated for us. As you can see here, it only allows 120 characters. So you might have to shorten it a bit, and then you give it a title. Let's call it Ambition for Apps. And then we're gonna press on generate music. It usually gives you two different versions. As you can see, it's still loading. Okay, it just finished loading, but if it's loading and it's already showing up, you can already start listening to it the first couple of seconds. So let's listen to it. That's pretty nice. Let's listen to the other one. That sounds also pretty nice. If you like one, you can just press here to download it. Or if you're not satisfied with any of these, either you can just press again on generate music, or you can just adapt a couple of tags here in this style of music and then just press on generate music again. So this website is one way to generate music with AI. Again, this was called musichero.ai, and there's another website called Suno.com. So once you're logged in, you can see it's pretty similar. So here I've entered the lyrics. I again gave it the same style as we used before. This time you have 200 characters instead of 120, so you can enter a bit more. Then again, just enter a title and then press on create. And again, this is still generating, but you can already start listening to it. Okay, this is one version. Let's listen to the other one. Also sounds pretty interesting. If you like one of those, you can press on the three dots here and then just go to download, and then once it's finished generating, you can press here on MP3 audio and it will download you the song. Once you have the original song, we can now split the vocals and the instruments from that song. For this, we can, for example, use the website vocalremover.org, or there are also plenty of other tools online which you could use. So you just press here, browse my files, select the file, and it will separate the instruments and the vocals. But personally, I've made the experience that CapCut is actually a lot better than most of these online tools. For that, you can just go to CapCut.com. If you're on a Mac, you can easily install it directly from the App Store, or for Windows, you can just press on download and install it. I do have to mention that this feature in CapCut is only for the Pro version. That's why I showed you earlier the other resource, vocalremover.org, because you can use it for free. But as I mentioned, CapCut is better from my experience. So that's why I'm gonna use CapCut. Once you open CapCut, you will see this, and then you just press on Create Project. And in here, you drag the original song. You just drag it in here. If you have a touchpad, you can simply zoom in to make this timeline bigger. And if you've never used a video editor before, this is your basic timeline here. You can see it starts with 0 seconds, goes to almost 2 minutes and 30 seconds. You can also see here the length, and this is usually where you have the video, so you can also see the video, what it looks like. But in our case, this doesn't matter. In the end, we can still export this as just an MP3 file, so we don't have to worry about this video part and this video part. Make sure that this clip is selected, because if it's not selected, it will not have this white border around it, so press on it. As you can see now, we have the white border and we have these options. If it's not selected, you will not see these options. So let's press on this, and then here under basic, you scroll down and then check separate audio, and you can check vocals and instruments, and then just press on separate. Once this is done, we can now see we have 2 different tracks here. This one, you will see it's prefixed with vocals and the other one is instruments. Let's drag this indicator here to somewhere in the middle of the song. Let's disable this clip for a second by right-clicking on it and selecting deactivate clip. Alternatively, you can press V on your keyboard, and you will see that this clip is now grayed out. And when we listen to all these tracks, this will not play. So this will only play this one here. So either you press here on play button to listen to it, or you can just simply press space on your keyboard. Okay, that sounds pretty nice. Let's deactivate this. Let's drag the indicator a bit back again. Let's enable this and let's listen briefly to it. So as you can hear, this separation was pretty nice. Before we move on, let's disable the original lyrics again, and later on we're gonna re-enable the instrumental part. But now we're gonna import our AI generated song, and then we're also gonna split this song up. So just to give you an idea, this is the song I ended up choosing that was generated with musichero.ai. Let's briefly listen to it. Okay, so we're gonna drag this into our CapCut. Because the time indicator is here, it will put this song here, but no worries, we can just drag it here to the very beginning. And again, with this track selected, I'm gonna go up here and then check separate audio, and then select both vocals and instruments, and then press on separate. Once this is done, now we have our vocals part again of our AI song and the instruments part. The instruments part doesn't matter to us, so we just deactivate it, and then we reactivate the original song instrumental part. You might have noticed, if you're not familiar in general with editing, that we have these bars here. Each of those are bars. So if we zoom in really closely, you can see this is basically the sound. So if there's nothing, there's basically no sound. And if it's like this, there's like medium volume. And then if it's pretty high, you can see based on this color here, it's pretty loud in that case. So if we compare this to this track here is quite a bit louder than this. To make up for it a bit, we can just select this middle bar here and then just drag it up a bit. Usually I just go for between 3 to 5 dB, which stands for decibels. And for the instruments part, I would just reduce it a little bit to -1 to 2. Now let's have a listen. And as you can see here now, our vocals part only goes till here and our instrumental part goes until here. So if you want to have the song end when the vocal part ends, you can just go here and then make sure that you have this indicator when you hover over it. And then you can just drag it here however you like, and it usually snaps to this. To export your final song, one thing you just have to pay attention is anything that goes beyond whatever your active tracks are going to. For example, this one is deactivated, but as you can see, the song duration is still longer here, as you can see. So we have to reduce this. After exporting, you can just put this back, but now you can see it goes only to where your active tracks are. And then you press on export, and then you select where you want to export to. Instead of having the video checked here, we check audio, choose format MP3, and then press on export. You can listen to the final result on SoundCloud. We uploaded 2 tracks on there. This one that we just exported is in parentheses with Music Hero, and we actually have another one that I'm going to show you how we can actually use the original voice from the artist, in this case Key Glock. And for that we're gonna use Lalas. So in order to do this, you will have to have the original artist voice singing. So this is the one we splitted earlier with the vocals, Key Glock, Ambitions for Cash. So again, you would just put the length back, then activate it, and then deactivate the other ones and then export it. Once you have the vocals exported, in order to use it, we have to compress it into a zip file. On Mac, it's pretty easy. You would just right click on it and then select compress. If you're on Windows, as it says here, you can also right click on the file or folder and then select send to and then select compressed zip folder. Then go to lalas.com. This is pretty nice. We already have quite a few AI voices. You could technically convert whatever song you have or whatever vocals you have. If you're on the free version, you have in total 21 voices available. If you are on the pro version, you will have more than 500 voices. In our case, we would need Key Glock, but he doesn't exist on here, so we have to do a custom voice cloning. That's why earlier we just exported Key Glock's voice. So for this, we go on voice cloning, then you press on start voice cloning, then you upload your zip folder here, give your AI voice a name. So in our case, it would be Key Glock. Select a photo of the artist, select the gender, and then you upload the file. Once that is done, you press up here on your profile, press on your profile name, and then press on AI models. And it's gonna take some time. It's said that it could take up to 24 hours. So if you're not using any of the pre-made AI voices, you will have to wait some time for this. Once it's done, you can click on this and then you upload the AI voice vocals we exported from CapCut, but earlier made with either Music Hero or Suno. Once you upload it, it's gonna show up here and it's pretty fast. And we can have a listen here. It's pretty nice. Now we can press on the 3 dots here and then press on download. And then we're gonna import it again into CapCut. We can again increase the voice a little bit here. And then we're gonna enable the instruments. We can make it as long as the instrumental part is playing. And then again, we just press on export as audio MP3 and then export. And as mentioned, you can find this track on SoundCloud. If you like this video, please leave a like and subscribe, and also consider subscribing to our newsletter. Otherwise, thank you for watching.